Hello everyone and welcome back to Animation Pilgrimage, where Sean and I take a look at every single theatrically released animated film in chronological order. I'm Tennille.
And I'm Sean.
Today we are looking at the 1970s Japanese animated film, Attack Number 1.
The movie.
The movie!
I need to specify the subtitle.
Right, because obviously this was originally a manga first.
Yes.
I accidentally said manga. My god.
Wow, I was like, I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Manga first.
I like to read one of them mangas.
Stop. Leave me alone. Don't bully me. I'm soft and I'm sensitive. Anyway.
It's a volleyball movie.
It's a sports anime.
We haven't experienced a sports movie yet.
No, we haven't.
Either from Japan or anywhere else in the world.
This is the first of its kind. The
first of its kind, for us at least.
Yeah.
The first animated sports movie ever.
It's crazy that it took this long, and yet it's still like, oh wow, we're already getting sports anime? Like on one hand I'm surprised, but on the other it's like, oh yeah, like the 70s.
Took them long enough.
Sure, yeah. So apparently Attack Number 1 is the first televised female sports anime series in the shoujo category. But I think it's just like the first sports anime...
At least movie that
we've seen. Like maybe there's been TV shows. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But, like, I think this is the first movie of this category we've seen.
Cool.
And it wouldn't surprise me because there's almost nothing about this movie that would be familiar to a sports anime fan, I think. Like, it doesn't have any of those
tropes
or those things that you expect from a sports anime, you know?
You know, like... things like characters. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
What?
Okay. Brief plot synopsis. Rapid fire.
Uh-huh.
New girl transfers to a school. She doesn't care about anything, but turns out she's unnaturally good at volleyball. So the volleyball team wants her to join, but she says no and disses them because she thinks they're all bad. So they beat the crap out of her with volleyballs, and she's like, you know what? Me and my slacker friends are going to all train at
Delinquent friends.
Delinquent friends, yes.
Yeah.
The local delinquent girls who dance.
Oh. Scandalous.
1970s Japanese girls dancing.
For fun? Shameful.
Jeez. Oh, 70s.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so me and my delinquent friends are going to train really hard, and we're going to show you up in a volleyball game. And they do it. And then they're like...
Typically, that would be the main plot.
That would be the plot. That would be the end of the movie. But no, we're like the first 20-25 minutes of this hour-long movie.
Yeah.
So the volleyball team is like, we're sorry, you guys are good, join our team. And so they do, and they immediately make the new girl the captain.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have a new transfer student who's actually from the area, but she moved to Kyoto and is now back. And she is like a volleyball star. And she is the evil, manipulative rival who makes everybody think that the
new captain girl,
the new captain girl is trying to sabotage the team by cutting up the netting and the balls when no one's around.
Mm-hmm.
And all this other stuff, but also like, I would never want you to leave the team, Captain.
Yeah.
She should totally leave the team because she's horrible. So, obviously...
There's a lot of basic bitch energy going around.
There's a lot of bitching going on here. Eventually,
It gets so bad that they get a teacher... Like, the teachers get involved.
Yeah, the teachers get involved, and a male professor, I don't know what his name is or what he teaches, but he's like, I don't know anything about volleyball, but I'll go in there, and I've got a plan. Principal, I'll do this, but you have to let me do it my way. And the principal's like, all right, I guess you can do that. And so he just goes and physically abuses the students.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm going to work them so hard that they have to get along.
Mm-hmm. This is this guy's plan. He's going to work them to the point where they're bruised and bloody bruised and bloody and either quit or they get along to the point where they rally together against the teacher.
Right.
That is his goal here. He's
Bring
going
them together through collective trauma.
Yeah, and that's just...
Yikes!
That's a whole big old pile of yikes today.
Uh-huh.
Don't beat your students.
But, like, that is such a 70s mentality.
Oh, of course it's a 70s mentality, and it's also a sports mentality, which is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't abuse your students or your athletes. It's not a good idea.
Like, it's not worth it.
No.
But, okay, with that being said, I do want to say that this manga was also apparently also created in response to, it capitalized on the gold medal the Japanese women's volleyball team won in the 1964 Olympics.
Okay.
So, like, that mentality of, like,
we have to be
volleyball is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Either way, they have one final big match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, it turns out that the manipulative girl doesn't actually know how to play on a team.
There's okay, she doesn't get teamwork, which that's one thing. But no, they get to the final match.
Well, no, it's not the final match. It's the second. There's 3 matches.
They get to the big match.
And she's like, I've never played in a match before.
It's revealed. She's like, I've never played a real match before. And they're all like,
what the heck?
Nani?
Again, there are 3 matches. That was the second one, which drove the teacher to start teaching them in the first place. So in the final match, they're up against another class. Oh, by the way, this school has never won a game because, of course, they haven't. Sports tropes.
Yeah.
So the people they're fighting against, they've been giving it to the manipulative girl because she's the best spiker on the team.
Right.
And the other team knows this and
So they guard her.
They guard her like no one's business. They're like, we need to change it up. And they change it up so that it's the captain girl, the main character, and the other team's like, oh, it's okay, they switch, so we guard her too. And they just guard both of them, and they're like, all right, well, we're losing, and this is our last chance, so what if we both jump at the ball at the same time, and they won't know who to guard? And I'm thinking, that's funny, but wouldn't you just collide in the air?
Yeah. This does not, like, I don't know diddly crap about volleyball, but this seems like
Very
an
dangerous.
accident waiting to happen.
But it works.
Somehow.
And they win the match, and they decide that the original main character girl should be the captain of the team. The professor resigns, but then all the girls are like, but wait, we really need him. His physical abuse is what brought our team together. So they all go run to him on the beach and like, please teach us. Please abuse us more. And Tennille and I are just like, this is not okay.
Yikes.
This is not cool. This is not good.
I don't like it. No thank you.
And that's the plot of the first movie.
First movie.
First movie.
We should clarify right now. In the span of a year, so from 1970 to 1971...
we get 4 Attack Number 1 movies.
4 movies! That's insane! That is crazy!
Well, you can tell because their animation budget is $5.
I mean,
Or should I say 5 yen, which is 5 cents.
Usually when I see that there is 4 more movies ahead in the franchise, I would say, well, hopefully this will give them a chance to improve. But...
when you know they all come out in a year...
like, that's not giving anyone any chance to improve. So we're likely going to get 4 movies like this.
Mm-hmm. So...
a few months apart from each other.
The budget's really low, where it looks like most things are cut off. I'm honestly wondering if a lot of these are actually just episodes of a manga that were cropped for
of an
movie?
anime that was... I mean, maybe. I don't think so, though. I didn't see anything in my
research about an anime?
Well, there is an anime.
Okay.
But I feel like it's different from the movies.
Okay. Either way...
That's the impression I got.
Okay, either way, it wasn't very good. I gotta say, this teacher guy, with all of the physical abuse and stuff, really, really reminded me of...
Gave you some Persona 5 vibes?
Gave me some Persona 5 vibes. If anyone has played or watched just like the first beginning of the game, of like the first 5 hours of that game, you know who I'm talking about. And this is like the first antagonist of the game. And he's not someone you want to emulate as a reputable role model.
Yeah. For
a group of students. And honestly, it makes me wonder, hey, did Persona 5, is that character...
Well, I mean, that character's a commentary on...
Oh, yeah, it's like, I mean, obviously it's not just on Attack Number 1. It's probably a commentary on all sports in Japan and how much ludicrous pressure is put on there and how much prestige is put on the teachers.
Right,
and stuff like
because
that.
like at this point in time, like his teaching methods are seen as like, oh wow, like we're finding ways to like make our teams better. And now, you know, you can look back on that today and be like, yeah, that's messed up, dude.
Dude, that girl tripped and fell down and you're pelting her with volleyballs.
Like, stop!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
Anyway, yikes, professor aside. This movie, man, there are like 0 establishing shots for anything that's going on.
We just suddenly are in a new scene.
I spent the first 10-15 minutes of this film being so confused about what was going on.
I believe it.
And about halfway through, I turned to Sean and I'm like, you know, you could make a case for this movie all taking place in the course of like 3 days. Just like by the way this is all put together.
Other than the fact that there's like the 1 month montage, yes.
But like it still feels like this is all happening just right after each other because there's 0 establishing shots going like, hey, look, like some time has passed and they're still playing volleyball and they've gotten better. It's just like, nope, we're not showing that part. It's just, bam, they're at practice again. And bam, they're at practice again. And is it the same practice? Is it a different practice? I don't know. No one does.
It's pretty rushed. The animation's pretty lackluster. Oh, I do have one other small comment. There's a lot of crying.
Oh, I forgot about the crying.
And
the crying is hilarious and also makes me want to die.
The girls win a game, they cry. The girls lose a game, they cry.
They don't cry in the way that, you know, like,
hey man,
sports...
I'm sorry that we lost. And,
yeah,
like,
the way
consoling
that
each other.
You would think, like, people crying for sports would, you know, where they all, like, run up because they're all, like, high on
jubilation and stuff.
And, like, hugging each other and crying. No,
they just stand in a circle.
They just stand somberly, put their hands in their head in their hands, and just start sobbing. It's so dumb.
Pretty silly.
It's so dumb. I hate it.
I'm pretty sure this is just I'm going to chalk this up to 70s Japan ideas of what
girls are like
and how they do.
Uh-huh.
And this is how you relate to girls. You cry.
You cry. I'm chalking it up to the fact that they don't know how to animate physical contact with other human beings.
That too.
So the idea of like having them all hug each other was just like, that sounds complicated. What if they just stood in a circle and cried?
Speaking of physical contact, there's a lot of physical contact of the characters and the ground.
A lot.
The girls in this movie get hurt. A lot.
They get the shit beat out of them.
Like, they're constantly landing on, like, either
the gym floor or cement.
or the cement floor. And when they're not doing that, they're having balls beat the crap out of them, and they're like gasping in pain.
Yeah, volleyballs are used as a form of abuse a lot, not just by the professor coach guy, but like also in the beginning when the current volleyball team is harassing the main character.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I know volleyballs are generally softer than a lot of other sports balls, but they still hurt.
Yeah. I mean, just playing volleyball is painful. Like, I don't want to be abused by a volleyball.
No.
Anyway.
All right. Well,
we got more of these to look forward
we got
to.
more of those in this year.
Yeah.
But that's not what we have up next. No, do you know what we have up next?
I don't, actually.
We have Cleopatra, Queen of Sex. This is the follow-up movie to 2001 Arabian Nights, the erotica film. So, just
next week will be another mature episode of Animation Pilgrimage.
Another mature episode, so if you're not old enough, maybe skip it.
Yep.
That's gonna be it. So, see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.